Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ashish and today I wanted to take a look at the iPhone 16 in ultramarine blue. And this is the 256GB variant. This is not the Pro or the Pro Max or the Plus, just the plain vanilla iPhone 16 with 256 gigs of storage. So without further ado, let's get into the unboxing. So first off, we have the iPhone itself. Nice little tab as usual to lift it off. We'll keep that aside. And inside the box you have the cable and the SIM ejector tool. It's a nice braided cable this time, even for the iPhone 16, which is sort of a precursor of things to come because this phone is much closer to the Pro counterparts than the previous several generations. And in here, as we all know, there are no stickers, just some regulatory information. So there isn't much in the box this time. There never was since the past few generations, since they decided to omit the charger, but this time there's barely anything. So anyway, for now we don't need that because we have plenty of cables as well and a spare SIM ejector tool. So I'll keep that back in the box. And let's peel off the covering of the iPhone 16. This year, the iPhone 16 model has gained the action button from last year's Pro phones and also the new camera control button. The camera itself is improved and the phone features battery improvements. Also, this is the first time in years that the iPhone non-Pro models have got the latest generation chip, the A18. It may not be the Pro version, but as we have seen over the years with various Apple processors, any chip that debuts is well capable of handling everything or anything thrown at it for the next several years. Now I also have a Spigen Easy Fit screen protector for this, which is my choice of screen protector because it's really easy to apply. So let's do that before we do anything else. This is a foolproof sort of screen protector. You just press and slide and then wait 30 seconds. I try and wait for twice that amount, so I tend to wait for a minute. And then once we peel it off, you will find that more often than not, there are no bubbles to speak of. And finally the cover. So a little bit of fine tuning may be required depending on the amount of dust that gets inside the phone. So there is that still little spot there, but I've removed the dust particle. There's just some trapped dust, but I'm pretty happy with that installation. Okay, let's power on the iPhone for the first time. So this year we get the A18 chip inside, which is not a previous generation chip. It may be a scaled down version of the A18 Pro, but most benchmarks have shown that there isn't much of a difference this year. Now, if you're after a case for your iPhone 16, I can highly recommend this case by ESR. I'll leave the links in the description. It's got nice bumpers on all edges, so it protects the phone well. And as you can see, this blue color goes very well with the blue iPhone 16. It doesn't have a kickstand of any description. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find that for the iPhone 16. There are plenty available for the iPhone 16 Pro Max, but not for the regular 16. But still, this offers all the necessary protection, plus the ability to show off the color of the phone, as well as complete native support for MagSafe charging and accessories. Highly, highly recommended. The screens on the iPhone 16 and the Plus models still offer 60Hz refresh rates. This is something that continues to disappoint a lot of people, especially in 2024. Also, because of the lack of ProMotion tech, there is no always-on display still, which feels strange to me coming from the iPhone 15 Pro Max, especially because this means the live activities feature is less useful than on the Pro phones, where you can track things like deliveries with just a glance. The cameras definitely show improvements, and if you're okay with zooming in with your feet, then this is a very satisfying camera experience overall. Pictures have a lot of detail and sharpness. Now the camera control button will certainly take some getting used to. For now, for video, I find the on-screen controls to be much more convenient. I will follow up this overview video with a more in-depth look at the photo and video performance of this phone, so watch out for that one. In terms of battery life, it's too early to tell, but some tests have shown significant improvements this year. I will report back on this. Performance in general is excellent, and somehow it feels snappier to me than the iPhone 15 Pro Max, especially when web browsing. I have only one bugbear to report, and that is that the phone heats up even with the case. Maybe it's indexing right now, but I was in the minority that never experienced heating with the iPhone 15 Pro Max last year, so this is slightly concerning. Again, I will report back on this with some more use. Now, the main reason I got this phone was the lack of availability of the 16 Pro Max at launch, as is usually the case nowadays. It's quite crazy if you think about it, that phones costing 180,000 rupees are out of stock everywhere. But getting the regular 16 is no bad thing. Most of the necessary upgrades are here. They've obviously saved up the remaining ones for their next iterative update with the 17 series next year, which is exactly what this is, an iterative update. But still, in terms of the sheer improvements and additions, the regular 16 offers the most bang for your buck. Thanks for watching, and please consider subscribing if you like this content. I will see you in the next one.